so important, these official visits. If I don't have an official visit, I won't get an offer. And that is not really how official visits work. I've spoken to one coach. That coach is explaining to me, look, we already make our offers well before the official visit, or we don't need them to be on an official visit to make an offer. The official visits are great, particularly for the students, because it allows students, you guys, to see what it's like to be a college athlete for a weekend. Now, some of you will be like, I really want one. They'll pay for my housing. In the grand scheme of finances, you're talking about like a $200, $300 situation when potentially there's thousands of dollars on the table. So what I mean by that is, let's say you don't have an official visit, but you've been invited to, and if you work with me, this happens quite often, you get invited to come to a game, but it's not really quite an official visit. And then some of my students have official visits, but we're pushing the envelope here at schools that maybe we wouldn't otherwise get the attention of. So they're like, come to our game and we'd love to say hello. And you're like, well, I didn't get an official visit, so I won't go. And I'm telling you, if you invest a couple $100 on the flight, there's a possibility that there might be thousands of dollars in scholarship if you are willing to go. So I'm not a huge believer in my philosophy that official visits are the golden ticket. The golden ticket to me is relationships with the coaches early as possible, so that way they can watch your video and get to know you and then make you an offer because they know you as a person. Now, if you get an official visit, it's a great thing. And normally the coaches will do it either over the phone or they might send you an email saying, hey, we'd like to invite you on an official visit. Here are some possible dates that work for us and what happens on this official visit, which is an important thing for you to know. So on an official visit, you tend to sleep with the boys or the girls of the team. You have meals with them. It tends to be during the fall season while there is a fall game going on, and you get to be a college student for the weekend. I'll just tell you mindfully, don't get in any trouble. Just think about it. Not that you should ever get in any trouble, but if you get in trouble that weekend, then you're definitely messed everything up. And I pretty much can promise you that on most of those official visits, there will be tempting times to do something that you should not do. And I have some stories of my own that if you work with me privately, maybe I can share with you. Point being is that that's not the weekend to mess it all up. If you want to have fun in college, which I'm in total favor for, safe fun, wait that weekend. Don't do it that weekend. Do it when you get an offer at the school and later. And be safe. But don't do it during that weekend because that will ruin everything. So you're going to have a really good time on the official visit. And especially if the team wins. And mainly there, it's really important, though, you are being interviewed the whole time, the entire time. It's never, ever changing. So because of that, I want you to be mindful of the fact that as you are doing the official visit, how you talk to the players is being noticed. How you talk to the coaches is being noticed. How you talk to the cafeteria. Everything is being scrutinized and noticed. So you just have to be very nice, be yourself, be a good person. But the coaches are going to either get a vibe from the players and go, he doesn't fit, she doesn't fit, done, we don't want them anymore. Or, I think they do fit. I already like them as a soccer player and I'm really excited that they're here and I hope they like it too. This comes back to the concept that we spoke before. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. So it's really important that you interview them and ask them questions. Ask the players questions. And this is really important. This is really important for you to decide what school. Probably the most important question you can ask is to the players. And that question is, what is the coach like? That is crucial because you want to ask the players that are starting and the players that are on the bench. And if the players on the bench say they still like the coach, it's probably a pretty good coach. If the players that are starting say, the coach is kind of a dickhead, then you probably want to know. And the players will always be honest. They never lie about that. They want you to come to the school. They had their visit at one point, so they're not going to sabotage you because you're competing with them. Chances are they may not even be there when you're going to school there. Or they might be a year older than you, but they'll be nice. The bigger thing is you want to get a good vibe with the coach. And a lot of these coaches are really good at acting, are really good at being nice to your face, and then they're kind of not nice to you when you're a player. And the players will tell you that. So it's really important that you keep that in mind. Now, here are some FAQs that most parents have, which I think are really important. On an official visit, there's a big one, should your parents go to the official visit? So your parents are more than welcome, especially if you're flying, to fly with your son or daughter to the campus. But then you have to drop your son or daughter, so kids, if you're listening, or parents if you're listening, drop them off and then let them go. Let them go be a student athlete for the day or for the weekend, and you go look at the closest IKEA, the closest Walmart. You go look up, do your mom's specialties, and find out, would my son or daughter love living here? Let them go be a college athlete for the day, and you're not going to really hang out with them. Go to classes, go talk to people. My mother, because she's lovely and amazing and knows that I eat a lot of food, was very concerned about if the cafeteria would have enough food. So she went to the cafeteria and was like, hey, come to the cafeteria and make sure you like the food. So like that's what my mom did. And then she also found an IKEA near, or it was a Walmart nearby, so that way I could buy like trash cans and other things for my college when I finally went there. And that stuff is what your parents should be doing. There are a couple other points here that are important, but I also want you to know this, just like on the phone call, will happen again. Why do you like our school? Why us? So just be ready. The theme here is kindness. Be nice to everybody. Be nice to the cafeteria people. Be nice. Clean up after yourself. Like, you are being interviewed as a human, and you want to be on your best behavior and be very kind to everybody there, because you are being scrutinized. You are being watched. You are being watched even more than you know. So let's say you're with the girls and you're like, you've already started to talk to them like really openly, which often happens because like you like them and they like you, and then you already start bad mouthing another teammate. That's a bad idea. Like, don't get into that. Just be like, if they start gossiping about something, just keep your mouth shut and just kind of listen. You don't want that to be a reason that the girls or the boys don't want you in the team. Also, what's cool about college is the players, even like when I was say a junior, I liked meeting the people that were coming because I knew somebody was going to be on the team next year. And I would then go to the coach and go, Coach, I like that guy. Like, he's a good person. I don't know about a soccer player, but he's a good person. And I wanted to tell my coach that because I wanted to win soccer games. So similarly, you're going to be judged by everybody. So the main thing, though, I know now maybe I'm making you stress. Just be kind and be yourself, and you'll be just wonderful. You'll be fantastic. So if you have any more questions about that, that's what the class is for. You can totally talk to me. The next thing is we're going to talk about offers, and then we only have one more section, which is kind of putting this all together. So let's do that now.